Hi, I'm Dr. Lara and welcome to another video of kind of like channeled angel messages and information. So I've got this huge download that the angels wanted me to talk about cognitive dissonance. So for those of you that don't know me, I am Dr. Lara Romero. I am an angel channeler, intuitive, and healer. And I tap into the angelic realm very often, and they ask me to relay certain messages. So today we're going to talk about cognitive dissonance, okay? Because there are so many people waking up right now, and there's so much information that's coming out that the vision is like this. And the angels want to help us understand where these people are coming from and to help us remember that we were once there too, and what we can do to help bridge the gap of people that are just waking up and people that have been awake for a while. So, cognitive dissonance, this is the definition of it. It's a psychological state of discomfort that occurs when a person's belief, values, or actions are in conflict. So, okay, where the problem is lying right now, or the challenge that we're having with humanity, is there's a lot of people that are just waking up right now. They are seeing what is in front of them, like all the lies and the deceit that has been happening for many, many years. And it's not just the last 4 years. It has been many decades, centuries, actually. Okay. So, but when this happens, when we wake up from something that we've been asleep to all our lives, there's a lot of fear that comes in. And the people that are just waking up, they're looking at all of all this information, and they're trying to take it in, and they're very confused about it. Whereas the people that are already woken up, they can see through it very clearly. And there's like no question. It's like they know what their truth is, and it's a lot different than what these people are, because they're still trying to figure things out. And these people are getting upset with these people. It's like, why can't they see it? So the angels want me to explain why they can't see it and what is the process of going through cognitive dissonance. Okay? All right. So here's my little drawing. Sorry, it's not in color, but I had to quickly do this. All right. So this is every single human on the planet at some point in their lives. We came in and we were programmed from the very beginning, from education, from the pharmaceutical company, from religion, from the government. Like, every institution has programmed us to believe certain things about ourselves and our reality. Okay, they have programmed us to think that we are not good enough, that we are broken, that we are helpless, that we have to live in fear, that we can't be prosperous because prosperous people or rich people are bad. Like, there's so many programs that we have been that have been infiltrated into our psyche. Okay, and it's just so much that the programs that we have built our lives on this truth of these programs, okay? Like, our entire lives, whether you are 18 or 75, doesn't matter how old you are, this is your entire life of what you've been programmed to believe. And we were able to be programmed because we were asleep. We weren't like connected to our divine essence, to our source, okay? So what's happening on the planet right now is that people are waking up. They're coming out of their slumber. And when they wake up, they begin to see things in a different way. Okay? So these little drops here, this is new information coming in. Okay? Light coming in, new information from different sources. There's the lies that have been coming out. Like, that's all new information. So when this new information comes in, it puts cracks in our reality, and we begin to question things. Okay? And the reason why they wanted me to say this is because when we are in this state, look at this guy's face. Like, they don't know what to believe. They are totally and utterly confused. And when we're in that state, we are in fear. Okay? Imagine or try to remember when you woke up. How did you feel when you realized that your entire existence of being on this planet was a lie? How did you feel? Afraid, angry, really upset, right? And these people that are waking up, they feel that. And it is a really huge amount of people that are waking up right now. So there's a lot of fear and anger that's happening. Okay? So these poor people that are waking up right now, they are receiving the shaking of the head of the people that have been up or have been woken up. It's like, why can't they see it? Okay? Just remember, you were there. You were here too. And there were other people that had woken up years before you, and we were shaking our heads going, why can't they see it? But it's up to us that are awake now to understand this process. So we quit blaming people or getting mad at people for not being able to look through the lies. It's like it's a psychological thing that happens in your brain. And if things get too intense for you, you have to have a certain level of denial, or else you'll go into like a psychosis. Okay, so it's a natural part of the brain that's going to kind of filter things through and help you awake a little bit at a time so you don't go crazy. Okay, so that's why the angels wanted me to come in and talk about this, because it's so important, especially right now. It's a very, very scary time for people to be waking up feeling that their entire life is imploding. And it may feel like it's the end of the world, okay? But being awake, we understand that it's not the end of the world, that actually this needs to happen. Things need to break down so they can break through and we can rebuild the new. And that's what's happening right now. And okay, so this is something that's coming through. They want us to understand that even though things are breaking down, it doesn't mean that we're going to be left desolate. It doesn't mean that we're going to have to start at ground zero. Okay, we're not going to be rolling back to the dark ages, like literally where we have to grow our own food. And and a lot of people are saying that, but the angels, they don't want you to fear that, because a lot of people get into fear about, well, I don't know how to grow my own food. I don't know how to go off the grid. Like, there's a lot of talk about that. And what the angels want to help you understand is that things are breaking down, but things are also being built up at the same time. And even though it's not like a smooth transition, like it's pretty rocky right now, but we're not going to be left hung out to dry. We are going to be safe. We always have everything we need. Everything is going to be the way it needs to be. And it's up to us to be able to let go of the way we think things should be and to learn how to go with the flow of life and to let go of a lot of things that we think we need in this lifetime in order to make us okay. And that's part of the programming that we've had, is that we believe that we think we need a phone. We think that we need television. We think that we need fancy cars. Like we think that we need all this stuff in order to be okay. And they're not saying that's going to be taken away from you, but what we're doing is we're getting back to who we are, our divine nature, and understanding that we are divine beings and that we are learning how to live in a existence of knowing that we will always have everything we need when we need it. We don't have to hoard things. We don't have to live in excess. We also don't have to live in scarcity either. The world is an abundant place and it's always at our fingertips, but we don't need it stored in storage bins, okay? It will come when we need it. And that's what we're moving into. We're moving out of this place of fear and lack and limitation and believing that we need to rely on drugs. We need to rely on the government. We need to rely on education. We need to rely on Botox. We need to rely on Netflix. Like all this stuff to like get through and to make ourselves okay. That's going to be falling away. And our inner light is going to be coming up more and more. And we are going to begin to feel more grounded in our beingness. And it's going to they're telling me it's going to happen naturally. It's not like things are going to be taken away from us and we're going to be like, ugh, okay? Things are going to fall away because we're going to realize that we don't need them. So when they go away, it's actually going to be a sense of relief instead of a sense of lack. And you're going to be able to be in a place of peace, because a lot of this stuff that's in our lives, it doesn't create peace. It creates turmoil. It creates confusion. It creates always thinking that we have to one up somebody, or we always have to have the latest and greatest. And it's programmed. We're programmed that way. But that's what's breaking apart. We're realizing we don't need to have the latest and greatest, because what we have now is exactly what we need. And it's good. It's good enough. We are good enough. So that's why they wanted to help us understand that this is just a process of waking up humanity. And another thing that really, really want to get the point across here, okay, is that 5 years ago when COVID hit, there was this massive fear and panic of what it meant for the entire world. And it's not to say that a lot of people didn't experience horrible things. Okay, people lost loved ones, people got really sick, people lost their job. Like there was a lot of stuff that took place, and they don't want to take away from that pain. Okay, what they want to address is what the news, the media came in and said how horrible it was when it really wasn't. And that's what is happening now once again. There's a lot of fear mongering that's happening in the news, and they're saying like all of this stuff is horrible and it's going to be catastrophic, and that they're saying no, it's not. Will things break down? Yes. Will your life break down? It might need to in order for things to come in, but it's not going to be this catastrophic, the world is going to set on fire, the end of humanity. It's not going to be that. What's breaking down, what the end of is our perception of who we thought we were. We thought we were powerless. We thought we needed to depend on the government. We thought that we needed this education in order to make things happen. We thought that we had to have this job in order to pay the bills. A lot of that is unraveling, and new perceptions and beliefs are coming in, where we have everything within us. We have our innate talents and abilities. We have our inner wisdom that we can create a livelihood that can help humanity, and we will be compensated for it monetarily and with other ways of receiving abundance and prosperity. Knowing that there's other ways that we can have abundance and prosperity and get the things that we need. It doesn't have to necessarily always be money that gets us that. So that's just one aspect. And another aspect is that we are going to understand that our body and the earth's plants, like that is medicine, and we're going to be able to heal our own bodies. And we're not going to have to rely on the pharmaceutical drugs that are being shoved down our throat. So those are the type of things that we are learning and moving towards. So they want you to give yourself a little bit of leeway for the struggle, and to give these other people a chance to work through their confusion and their fear, because eventually they will make it through. And eventually those people will be where you are, helping the next phase of people moving through. And then whoever's here, going to be over here sharing their gifts and talents to help all of these other people. So it's all a process. We're all on the same journey. We're just there at different times. So the angels are asking us, please, to have compassion for ourselves and others. And when we have the urge to spout off or to put comments in some kind of feed, please think twice and put down your phone and go within. Feel those emotions and let them go instead of projecting them onto somebody else. Take responsibility for who you are and how you show up. And that is how we are going to help this next group of people wake up and move into the next phase even faster. Okay, so that was the message for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you are interested in moving forward in your life or need clarity about where your life is taking you, I do sessions, and if you are interested, you can go to my website, Dr. Lara Romero, and sign up for a session. I would really love to connect with you. Many blessings. Thank you so much for being here.